Whenever you're ready, make your way into child's pose and keep your knees as wide as the mat, toes touching. Sink your hips back down on your heels and walk your hands forward. Drop your head and neck and release all tension in your muscles, relaxing your arms, your shoulders, your rib cage, your hips, your thighs. Relax any tension that you're holding in your face. And just slowly start to breathe. Notice the natural flow of your breath. Allow the air to enter you easily, and as you exhale, just take note of the depth of your exhale. And as you increase your awareness of your breath, start to take that awareness out to other parts of the body, starting at the top of your head, noticing any areas of tension at the top of the head, your forehead, your eyebrows, your jaw, your neck. Just take a deep inhale and send your breath to the area of your neck and your face. And as you exhale, soften everything down. And then move your awareness down towards your shoulders, your biceps, your forearms, and your fingertips. And take a big breath into your arms and soften everything down with your exhale. Now moving down along the spine, your rib cage, your belly. Take a deep inhale, filling up your belly with breath. And as you exhale, release any tension in your torso. Move your awareness to your hips. And just notice if you're clenching anywhere around your hips. Seek to relax your hips fully by breathing into your hips. And as you exhale, let them soften a little bit more towards the ground. And traveling down from your hips all the way down to your legs and your feet. Just notice any tension. Notice if you're clenching your feet. And just take a deep breath, sending your breath down to the lower part of your body. And as you exhale, soften all of your body down into the mat. Let everything sink down. Let it be heavy, but also let it feel full of ease. And just continue to breathe with your natural breath. And when you're ready on your next inhale, push your hands down into the mat Feel a nice elevation in the shoulders and the arms. And then start to walk your hands over to the right, stacking your left hand on top of your right for a side body stretch. Anchor your left hip down and press down through your palms so that you can feel that lift in the arms. But go ahead and drop your head and neck. You should feel a nice side body stretch on the left side body. And I encourage you to send your breath to the left side of the body so that you can feel that expansion a little bit more in the rib cage as you breathe in. And as you exhale, go with that theme of letting everything soften. On your next breath, press down through your palms to lift, and then start to walk your hands over to the left, this time stacking your right hand on top of the left. Remember to root that right hip down towards your heel and press down through your palms, drop your head and neck, and start to breathe into the right side of your body. Keep your breath nice and full in through the nose and out through the nose. We have 2 more breaths. On your next inhale, press through your palms, walk your hands back to center, let your elbows come down and bring your hands to prayer out in front of you. Drop your head and neck and then take your hands behind your neck. We'll take another 5 breaths here. If you want to intensify this, you can walk your elbows forward to get a little bit more of a bicep and shoulder stretch. On your next breath, lower your hands down so your palms come to meet the mat. And then start to walk your palms in towards your hips so that you come to an upright position. Bring your knees in to touch. And then go ahead and tuck your toes underneath your seat, flipping your pinky forward if it's not already facing forward. And we're just doing a little toe stretch here. So take a moment to just breathe here. Maybe notice how you're feeling after that really nice child's pose, getting in touch with your body. And then as you're ready, start to walk your hands forward. You can untuck your toes here, coming into tabletop. Make sure that your knees are about hips width distance apart and your palms are stacked under your shoulder. Go ahead and start moving into cat-cow. So first, breathing in for cow, drop your belly, lift your gaze, open up your heart. And exhale for cat, slowly rounding through your spine. Inhale for cow, slowly introducing movement into your spine. Exhaling for cat, draw your navel in and lift. And start to move on your own breath. You can even close your eyes here. Just truly getting in touch with your body and noticing what your body feels like and what your body needs. You need a fast cat cow, go ahead and increase the rate of your breath. If you'd like to go a little slower, take slow, deep inhales and exhales as you move through this spinal movement. And then when you're ready, on your next inhale, come back into tabletop. And then as you exhale, walk your hands forward for extended puppy pose. So you're pressing your palms into the mat. You want to drop your head and neck here and let your chest reach down towards the earth, but keep the lift in your arms. So really press down through your palms, stay active in your biceps, maybe draw them inward towards your ears, but relax your shoulders away from the ears. Try to keep your hips stacked on top of your knees. We're here for 3 more breaths. On your next breath, start to walk your hands in so that they come underneath your shoulders, and we're back in tabletop. Let's do a little core activation. So we're going to go into bird dog. On your next inhale, lift your right arm out in front of you like you're going to shake somebody's hand, and then lift your left leg behind you. Try to keep it as straight and in line with your spine as you can. Draw your navel in. Maybe reach your rib cage towards your pelvis to keep a nice lift here. And just breathe in this pose. Trying to stay strong and stable. You can use your left hand and your right shin for stability by pressing down into the earth. Take 1 more breath. And as you exhale, slowly with control, lower each limb. We'll do that on the other side. So on your next in-breath, go ahead and lift your left arm up and your right leg to follow. And press down through your right hand and your left shin to keep that balance. Try to keep your pinky toes spinning down towards the ground so your leg is nice and in line with your hip. And lift the heel a little higher if you feel like it's sinking down a little too low or it's not quite in line with your hip. Squeeze your inner thighs together. We're here for just another breath. Exhale, slowly lower. Awesome. Walk your hands 1 hand length in front of you, and then tuck your toes and make your way into downward facing dog by raising up your hips. Start to pedal through your feet here. Just getting acquainted with your dog. Reach your chest towards your thighs. Drop your head and neck. Let your spine feel nice and long. Press down through your palms and spin your biceps inward toward each other as you rotate your forearms out. And on your next breath, come to stillness, look between your hands, and then as you exhale, step, hop, or jump to the top of your mat, landing in a forward fold. Inhale for a little halfway lift, press your fingers into the mat or your shin, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, bend your knees and softly fold. On your next inhale, slow roll, stacking one vertebrae on top of the other until you come up into a mountain pose. You can spin your palms out to either side of the room, or you can bring your hands to prayer, whatever feels best for you. We're going to take 5 breaths in mountain pose. So let's get acquainted with the pose. Press down through your big toe, your pinky toe, and your heel. Really feel a strong, stable connection through your feet. Activate your legs. Draw the energy upward. You should feel your quads and your calves activate. Draw your navel in and see if you can activate that again where you're bringing your rib cage closer to your pelvis. So you got a nice flat muscular definition here. And then go ahead and either spin your arms out or bring your hands to prayer. Lift your chest, dip your chin so you're not cranking the neck up. And you want your crown to be lifting up towards the ceiling. This is our mountain pose. So you should feel some muscle activation here. We're just going to take a few breaths. Then on your next inhale, you're in prayer, drop your palms, circle your arms up, reach up for extended mountain pose. Maybe look up. Exhale, hinge from your hips and dive forward, softly bending your knees for Uttanasana or forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. And exhale, fold. Your next inhale, plant your hands, step back into your plank pose. Press down through the balls of your feet. We're only here for 3 breaths. Press through your palms, draw your navel in. Keep that activation of the pelvis reaching towards the rib cage. Nice flat back. Take one more breath in. And as you exhale, slowly lower, bending your elbows and keeping them tracking as close to midline as you can, lowering in one straight line. Untuck your toes, and on your next inhale, roll your chest open for a little baby cobra. Reach your shoulder blades together, draw the shoulders away from the ears, and take those elbows in as close as you can to the body. Exhale, slowly release your forehead to the mat. Tuck your toes, push up, and make your way into downward facing dog. Take a breath. And on your next breath, go ahead and look between the hands. Inhale, step, hop, or jump to the top of your mat and fold over your legs. Inhale, we're going to slow roll once again, stacking one vertebrae on top of the other until we come to an upright position in your version of mountain pose. Take a breath. On your next inhale, circle your arms up, reach up for extended mountain pose. Exhale, dive forward, hinging from your hips, forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift, hands to your shins or the mat. And exhale, fold. Inhale, plant your hands, and you can step, hop, or jump back into your plank. And we'll take 3 breaths in plank. So try to keep your back as flat as you can, nice and in line with your legs. Use your hands to really press down into the earth, activate your core. One more inhale. And exhale, slowly lower with control. Untuck your toes. On your next inhale, option for baby cobra or extend the arms for full cobra. Really press your quads into the mat, tops of your feet down. This is going to help to protect your spine. And as you exhale, slowly lower your chest down. Tuck your toes. Push on up into downward facing dog. Pedal through your feet. On your next inhale, look between your hands. Step, hop, or jump to the top of your mat, landing in a nice forward fold. Inhale, slowly roll up, one vertebrae at a time, using your core to move through the movement with control. You are now in your mountain pose. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Inhale, circle the arms for extended mountain. Exhale, dive forward and fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, plant the hands, step back into plank or jump, whatever you like. Hold plank for 3 breaths. And on your next exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Then your choice. You can come into baby cobra or full extension of cobra. Really draw your shoulder blades as close as you can to each other. Open up your heart. Breathe into the belly. Breathe into the chest. And exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Tuck your toes, make your way into downward facing dog. Pedal through your feet. On your next inhale, look between your hands, step, hop, or jump to the top of your mat and fold. Now go ahead and take your hands and interlace them and place the hands right at the nape of the neck where your skull meets the top of your neck vertebrae, and just drop your head down towards the ground. Let your elbows be heavy here. Let the weight of them draw you closer to the earth. You're not pulling on your neck, but you're allowing the weight of your arms to draw you closer to the ground. You can sway from side to side if you like. On your next breath, go ahead and drop your palms down to the ground and then start to slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Really keep your head heavy here. It's the absolute last thing to come up to your mountain pose. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, stay in mountain. Bring your hands to prayer at heart center if they're not already there. And on your next inhale, shift your weight onto your left leg and draw your right knee in towards your chest. Exhale, step it back for warrior one. Check your alignment. In warrior one, your right foot should be facing at a 45-degree angle. You can have heel to heel alignment with your left heel intersecting with your right heel, or you can take it as wide as hips width distance, which I recommend for stability. But if you prefer it to be right in heel to heel alignment, you can do that too. Make sure your left knee is stacked over your left ankle, left toes are facing forward, and your hip points shouldn't be facing me, they should be facing the front of your mat. So make sure your hips are both facing forward like headlights. Circle your arms up, and here you are in warrior one. We'll take 5 breaths in warrior one. Way to go, Bo. Protecting me. Stay active in your legs. Really press down through your left foot and your right. Spin your inner thighs toward each other. Draw your navel in. Take one more inhale and reach the fingertips up. Maybe tilt back a little. And as you exhale, circle your arms behind you, bringing your palms to clasp behind you. Now, if that's not in your practice, you can grab your forearms like this, or if you have a strap nearby, you can grab that. We're going to be doing fallen warrior. So inhale, open up your chest a little, reach up, and then exhale, fold, dropping your head down towards the earth and reaching your clasp up. Roll your shoulders back. This will help glide the shoulder blades closer together. Keep your leg alignment. Keep your left knee stacked over your left ankle. Take one more breath. And as you exhale, slowly rise up. Release your hands, bring them back up to the sky as you inhale. And then as you exhale, lengthen your left leg so that it's completely straight. And then fold, bringing your hands to frame your left foot. Coming into pyramid pose. So you can just drop your head, relax your spine over your leg here. Really press down through your feet for stability. Just enjoy this stretch all along the left side of the leg. Take one more deep inhale. Stay for your exhale. And then on your next breath, go ahead and rebend into your left knee. Circle the arms up, back into warrior one just for a breath. And exhale, hands come to frame the foot. And come onto the ball of your right foot and step it forward to meet the left in a nice forward fold. Try to check your alignment. Make sure your feet are hips width distance apart. Knees can be deeply bent in Uttanasana. Just go ahead and wrap your right hand around your left bicep and do the same with the opposite hand. Just drop your head and neck and sway from side to side. Then as you're ready, drop your hands. On an inhale, slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time until you come to an upright position. And land in your mountain pose. Take a breath. And then go ahead and bring your hands to heart center, and we'll do the other side. So on your next inhale, shift your weight onto your right leg, draw your left knee in towards your chest. Exhale, step it back, warrior one. So, right, left foot, we have our toes facing at a 45-degree angle. Really press down through the heel, hips facing forward, right knee stacked on top of right ankle. Spin your inner thighs toward each other, draw your navel in, cinch the rib cage down towards your pelvis, and circle your arms up. 5 breaths here. So if balance is an issue for you at this moment, you can find a point in front of you to focus on. Relax your shoulders away from your ears, but stay active in the biceps so you can keep the arms lifted. Focus on your breath. One more breath. Now inhale, reach your arms up, maybe tilt back. And exhale, circle the arms around and behind you so you can interlace your hands. Or take whichever variation is in your practice today. Roll your shoulders back. Big breath in, look up. And exhale, fold into humble warrior. Keep your leg alignment here. This is a challenging pose. Press down through your feet. Keep your left leg straight and your right knee bent over your right ankle. Only here for a couple more breaths. Try to reach your knuckles up towards the sky. One more breath. As you exhale, go ahead and spring your chest up. Open up your arms and reach up. Big breath in. Lengthen your right leg and exhale, fold. Pyramid pose. Just relax here for 5 breaths. Let your upper body be heavy, your lower body strongly connected to the earth. Your next breath, rebend into your right knee, circle your arms up just for a breath. And then exhale, hands come to frame the foot, spin onto your left ball of your foot, and step up to the top of your mat for forward fold once again. We're gonna try a fun little twist. So plant your left palm in front of your face, and then bend into your right knee and open up your heart to the right side of the room. You can come up onto a block or your fingertips here, if that helps. You want to create a nice spinal twist. Keep that right knee bent and the left leg long. Take another breath. Reach that right hand up and exhale. Replace the right hand with the left. Bend into your left knee and open up your heart to the left side of the room. Keep the right leg lengthened and the left knee bent. One more breath. And exhale, release the left hand down and just fold over your legs. Inhale, roll up one vertebrae at a time. And land in your mountain pose. Take a breath or two. Grab a drink of water if you'd like. Just notice what it feels like to have built some heat in the body, creating a little bit more flexibility with pyramid pose, stretching out the legs. Notice how your breath might have changed. And notice your heartbeat as it is compared to when we started this practice. We're going to work into some balancing poses here. So I'm going to come to face you. First, we'll start with tree pose. So come on into your mountain pose if you were grabbing water. Feet are hips width distance apart or slightly wider if you prefer. And then go ahead and shift your weight onto your right leg and start to lift your left leg. And then you can choose if you want to place it on your calf. You can nestle it all the way up here into your thigh. Kickstanding at the ankle is also an option. Balance may vary on different days, so try some things out and see what's working for you today. Find a spot to lock your eyes on so that you can stay balanced. And then you can either keep your hands here in prayer, pressing down energetically through your right foot, drawing your navel in, really staying strong. Or if you want a little bit more of a challenge, you can grow your branches and reach your arms up. And if you want a challenge still, create a windstorm. Right? And maybe you come out of it, and that's okay. Right? Just try to get back into it. Take another couple breaths here. And then as you're ready, slowly release your left foot, shake it out, shake out your right foot. Awesome. Let's do that on the other side. So go ahead and shift your weight onto your left foot, draw your right knee up a little, and then you can find that spot, either the ankle, the calf, or up here in your thigh. Once you found that spot, seek stability. And then if you'd like to challenge yourself a little more, you can grow your branches however you like. You can reach up to the side. You can have a storm. Some of you are with friends, so you can high five each other. Yeah, high five your dog. Just take another 3 breaths in the pose. Yep, try lock onto that spot so you stay balanced. And once you finish your final breath, you can slowly release your right leg, shake it out, and left leg to follow. Okay, so we're gonna try another balance pose. So come on up into your tree on right leg down and left leg up just for a second, right? Get back in there. And then go ahead and draw your right knee a little closer to your chest. So this could be it for you, but if you'd like to, play with interlacing underneath the left thigh and lengthening your foot forward. And just see how that feels for you. It's gonna take some leg activation. Takes a lot of practice, right? So stay tall in your spine. Try to stay balanced. It's okay to be here too with the knee or the foot dropped. Take one more breath. And exhale, slowly release your left leg. Shake it out and shake out the right. Let's do that on the other side. So shift into your tree pose, however you need to get there, just to get that balance started. Take a breath. And then go ahead and shift your knee up towards your chest, and then you choose if you want to stay here or extend your left or right leg, sorry. Stay tall in your spine, press down through your left foot, reach your crown forward, up towards the ceiling. And try to keep your right leg as straight as possible if you have it extended. One more breath. And exhale, release slowly, shaking out the legs. Great job. Let's take a wide-legged forward fold. So step as wide as you can. Heels slightly out and toes slightly in, just to keep your legs nice and stable. Press down through your feet. We're going to introduce a little shoulder opener. So take your arms out to a T, palms facing me. And then as you exhale, bring your palms to face the ground and then cross one over the other. So it doesn't really matter which one you choose. Give yourself a little hug. Just take note of it because we will need to do the opposite side. So right now I've got my left elbow over my right, so I'll switch that on the next pose. And then if you're ready, you can stay here with the hug. You can bring your forearms to touch, or you can go ahead for an eagle arm stretch. Inhale, reach your chest up towards the ceiling. And exhale, hinge forward from the hips, dive forward with the flat back until you come down and release the spine. And you can sway from side to side, keeping your bind, or you can release the bind if it doesn't feel good to you. Okay, keep your shoulders away from your ears. And if you're in full eagle arms, reach your fingertips away from your elbows. Take another full breath. And as you exhale, unravel your bind. Bring your palms to the floor. Inhale for a halfway lift, lengthening the spine. And exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, bend your knees and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Awesome, and we'll prepare for the other side. So take your hands out to a T. Then as you inhale, flip your palms down towards the earth, and then make sure you do the opposite interlacing. So the opposite arm goes on top. You can grab a hold of your shoulder blades, maybe give yourself a nice massage with your fingers, and then you choose if you want to take the shoulder stretch a little deeper by bringing your forearms to touch, or a full variation of eagle arms. Inhale, lift your chest up, and exhale, hinging from your hips, dive forward with a flat back till you come all the way down and around. And then we'll stay here for a few breaths, just Deepen the breath. Send the breath to the shoulders. And on your next exhale, unravel the bind. Bring your palms down to the mat. Inhale for a halfway lift, lengthening the spine. And exhale, fold. And on your inhale, bend your knees and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Awesome job. Go ahead and step to the center of your mat. And then go ahead and walk up to the top of your mat. On your next inhale, circle your arms up and reach up for extended mountain. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale for a halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Plant your hands on your inhale and step back into plank. One more time, let's hold it for 3 breaths. Squeeze your legs in towards each other. Draw your navel in. Feel nice and strong. You got this. Take one more inhale. And exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Untuck your toes. And go ahead and prepare for locust pose. So for locust pose, we're coming into a cobra in the chest, and we're going to lift the legs instead of keeping the legs stable on the ground. So you can keep your hands alongside your shoulders, or if you prefer, for this practice, you can extend your arms out in front of you. It's going to make you feel like you're flying, like you're a superhero. So I recommend taking the arms out in front of you. And then on an inhale, lift up your chest, reach your arms forward, and at the same time, lift your legs up, keeping them in line with your hips. A lot of back activation here. Stay stable, press your belly and your hips down into the ground as you lift everything else up. Take another breath, and exhale, release. Let's do it again. So on your next inhale, try to lift them both at the same time. And try to feel the lift coming from your back, right? This is a back exercise, but also stay stable everywhere else. Just keep breathing. One more. And exhale, release. Take your hands and stack one on top of the other and rest your forehead on your hands here. And we'll just rest in this prone position for 3 breaths. On your next breath, extend your left arm and roll over onto your back. Go ahead and recenter yourself on your mat. And bend your knees, placing the soles of your feet down on the mat, as wide as your mat, for a nice constructive rest. Take your palms out to the side and let them face the ceiling. And just breathe here, noticing any sensations in the body. And then start to windshield wiper your knees to the left and right, just loosening up the low back here. Come to stillness. And then go ahead and draw your knees into your chest and give yourself a little squeeze, wrapping your arms around your knees. Sway from side to side. And start to circle your knees in a clockwise position. and then counterclockwise. And then as you're ready, go ahead and extend your left leg. Take a deep breath in and reach your right knee into your chest. And then as you exhale, wrap your left hand around your right calf muscle and let that knee drop over to the left. So right knee drops to the left, your right arm comes out to a T shape for a spinal twist. And you can keep your left hand on top of your thigh, or you can just come out to a full T shape with the arms here. It's kind of an easy twist, letting this right knee drape over to the left side. If this feels uncomfortable to you and you need a little bit more support for your knee, take your left knee and stack it underneath your right. Take your gaze over your right shoulder. Just keep breathing into your torso. And then on your next inhale, bring your gaze up to the ceiling. Draw your knees into the chest and give yourself a little squeeze. Go ahead and extend your right leg. Inhale, draw your left knee into your chest. And as you exhale, come into your twist, wrapping your right hand over the left shin and opening up your left arm. And then, play with your variation here. If you want your arms out to a T, or if you want to stack your knee underneath, your right knee under your left, go for it. You can even play with how high your knee is. You can bring it in closer to your chest or closer down towards the bottom of the mat and see how that feels. Be sure to take your gaze over your left shoulder or up at the ceiling. On your next inhale, bring your gaze back up to the ceiling, draw your knees into your chest, give yourself a squeeze and rock from side to side. Maybe make some knee circles if that felt good before. And then take one more deep inhale, squeezing the knees into your chest. And as you exhale, go for a cat stretch, reaching your hands and feet away from each other, opening up like a star. And then slowly drop your arms. Relax your muscles for Shavasana. So your arms can be out to the side. You can have them touching your body, maybe both hands on your belly, or one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, whatever feels good to you. Now's a good time to grab any props that you might need, like an eye pillow, a blanket. If you like to use blocks, bolsters, or pillows, anything like that, go ahead and grab it now so you can be as comfortable as possible. We're going to ease into Shavasana. The way we ease into this practice with a little body scan. So starting at the top of your head, noticing any sensations in the body. scanning for areas of tension and seeking to release. You can also use this time to take note of the before and after effects of your yoga practice. Take your awareness down to your brow, your cheekbones, your jaw. Dip your chin in slightly towards your chest so you can lengthen the neck along the mat. Notice your shoulders, your collarbones, your chest muscles. Relax everything down. Make friends with gravity. Just let everything sink down into the mat. Your spine, your rib cage, your sits bones. Soften your belly. Soften your hip flexors, your quads, your calf muscles. Relax your feet. Let your toes feel heavy. Just let your breath be natural and fluid. In this moment, you have no place else to be but right here in stillness in the body, but awake in the mind. Should anything become overwhelming for you, perhaps thoughts, emotions, just the sensation of being still, draw your attention back to your breath, noticing how it fills the body and how it clears old stagnant breath to make way for fresh, clean breath. Notice where your body moves as you inhale, where your breath is being sent. Start to deepen your breath, slowly coming out of Shavasana. Fill up your belly with breath. Feel it expand and get full. Draw your navel in to push all the air out. You can reintroduce some movement in the body by gently clenching your fists and your toes and then releasing. And then whenever you're ready, gently take one knee into the chest, followed by the other. Wrap your hands around your knees and your shins, and then start to rock up and down until you come to an upright seated position. Close this practice by taking both hands over your heart. Keeping the eyes closed or the gaze soft. And sending yourself messages of love and gratitude. Maybe you reflect and think back on the weekend and want to thank yourself for something. Maybe you just need to tell yourself that you are loved and that you'll always be there for you. And take your time doing this. It's important to take time to love yourself. Because if you can't love yourself, then how the hell are you supposed to love anybody else? And when you're ready, you can bring your hands to prayer in front of you and bow and say namaste. Namaste.